Hi students, this is 7th class science book and second chapter is human respiratory and circulatory systems. Before starting this chapter, we must know about 3 points like where does oxygen react with food to release energy? How are food and oxygen carried to the site of respiration? Where do products of respiration go? Students' learning outcomes differentiate between the process of respiration and breathing. Lungs and alveoli, air sacs differentiate between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Explain that living organisms have a complete transport system for transfer of various solids, liquid and gases across the body. Trace the path of air in and out of the body and how the oxygen it contains is used during the process of respiration. Sketch and label the human circulatory system. Hypothesis how exercises of varying intensity from rest to high intensity internal training would impact their pulse rate. Test their hypothesis, calculate their pulse rate, and record their findings. Describe the role and function of major organs in the human respiratory system, including trachea, lungs, and alveoli. Describe the structure and function of the human heart. Explain how blood circulates in the human body through a network of vessels, arteries, veins, and capillaries, and transports gases and nutrients, waste, and heat. Compare and contrast arteries, veins, and capillaries. Describe the composition of blood and the functions of red cells, white cells, platelets, and plasma. Vocabulary: inhalation, breathing the air into lungs; exhalation, breathing the air out of lungs; respiration, reaction of oxygen with food glucose to release energy; arteries, vessels that carry blood from heart to other body parts; veins, vessels that carry blood back to heart from other body parts; capillaries, tiny branches of arteries for exchange of materials in body tissues. Recall what you have learned. We have learned briefly about human body organs, lungs and heart, gaseous exchange in lungs, blood circulation by heart, breathing system, nasal cavity, trachea, lungs, pharynx, larynx, bronchioles, bronchus, air sacs. Breathing and blood circulatory systems. Blood circulatory system, blood vessels, lung, heart. In this chapter, we will learn about the following process in human body: breathing, respiration, blood circulation. First point: breathing. Air enters the body through the nostrils. The nostrils lead into nasal passage or nasal cavity. Dust and bacteria, etc., are trapped by the air, by the hair and muscles in the nasal passage. The air is also warmed up, moistened in the nasal passage. From here, air is passed to windpipe or trachea through larynx or voice box. The opening of air passage in the larynx is called glottis, which has a lid called epiglottis. The epiglottis prevents food from entering the trachea. Trachea divides into two tubes called bronchi, singular bronchus. The bronchi carry air into the lungs, one to each lung. The walls of the trachea and bronchi bear cilia and have muscles which trap dust particles and bacteria. Respiration, respiratory system in man. Nasal passage, epiglottis, glottis, pharynx, oral cavity, larynx, trachea, bronchi, lungs. The bronchi branch into small tubes called bronchioles. Each bronchiole ends in a group of air sacs or alveoli. The lungs look like sponges due to the presence of alveoli. Millions of alveoli are found in the lungs. They are surrounded by a thick network of blood capillaries. Gaseous exchange takes place in the alveoli. Oxygen from the air diffuses into blood through the walls of the alveoli. At the same time, the carbon dioxide carried by the blood from body cars diffuse out into the alveoli. For the alveoli, it passes out of the body blood during its circulation, supplies each of the body cells with oxygen and collects carbon dioxide produced in the cell during oxidation of food. Blood supply to alveoli. Air sacs, alveoli.